Lash Faster is one of the things that takes us down in our beginner stages as lash artists. Even after a year of lashing consistently, I was still taking hours to complete a fill, and I did not like that at all. So if you are currently in that position, I completely understand. Hey y'all, I'm T the Brand, fellow lashpreneur and lash marketing mentor. I teach lash artists to market smarter, lash better, and keep clients coming back. Welcome to my channel, and if you're tuned in to the Powerhouse Lash Podcast, welcome back for another episode. This video, we're going to be talking about some practical things that you can apply immediately to help you cut down some of the time on your services. So let's just get right into it. Tip number one, speed comes from efficiency, not by rushing. One of the things that will really help you is to make sure that your cart, your station is already prepped before your clients get there. That means your tape is cut and ready to be applied. You have everything set up, tweezers out, adhesive out, gel pads out, whatever, lash bath kits, brushes, glue rings, everything that you're going to need to perform a service is already laid out. All your client has to do is come in, you greet them, you go wash your hands, you come back and you get to it. That will save you so much time. The less you're going through drawers in your cart looking and searching for stuff, the less time you're gonna waste. Believe me, those seconds add up quick, and you want to be able to get into a routine of lashing. Speaking of routine, creating a routine for your service flow helps you save time as well. I've been doing it for the last few years, and I really feel like it's been helpful. The way that I run any service is the way that I run every service. Once my client comes in, I get my hands washed and I'm back and ready to roll. My process is the same. We do a lash bath, we do a tape down, I remove your outgrowths, I map your lashes, I apply a head cover, tape your upper lids up, and now it's time for me to start lashing. I work on one eye at a time, and then I do the other eye at a time. This helps me to stay into a flow because it is now muscle memory, natural instinct. When anybody comes and lays on this bed to get their lashes done, my body already knows what to do without my brain having to process what's next. This saves you time. This creates intentionality for you, and I mean the goal is to save time, so it's helping with the goal. And then number three that I want to help you with under the regard of speed comes from efficiency and not rushing is clean work. When you have clean isolation, accurate proper placement, that creates less stickies for you to have to go back and unstick, and you're not spending so much time correcting your work basically. Also, another thing that helps with this is brushing throughout your set. I did a Lash and Learn training a few weeks ago. A Lash and Learn is a refresher course training that I offer for lash artists who have the basic skills or some experience with lashing, and you just need to refine some things, whether that's better retention, speed, isolation, placement. You may want to learn how to get content while you're doing your services. Anything that you need, you can come into the Powerhouse Lash Haven, you lash a client or a model here, and then you have me right there with you giving direct real-time feedback and correction, and even demoing some things for you to help you have a better lash experience. So if you are looking for a refresher course training, tap the link in the description box and it'll be there for you to, get whatever you need, book whatever you need. So clean work, it helps you to not have so many mistakes to correct. And what was I saying? The Lash and Learn training that I did recently. One of the things that she shared with me was, the people, the educators, why did I put that in quotes? But there are educators who will tell lash artists that you do not need to brush during your sets because it's going to slow you down. No, it'll actually help you speed up, because a lot of times what's happening is you're just brushing the brush, but if you're brushing and paying attention to that lash line, you can see, okay, it's dark right here, gray, okay, and over here I have a little light spot. I know that I need to go to that bottom layer in this section of the eye and lash that so I can fill it in. The bottom, the top layer, and of course the transition middle layer if the client has one or if you're working with one. The point is that brushing helps you to see, one, where things are stuck at and what you need to fix and correct, but it also helps you to see what sections are fuller than others, and you can go work on those other sections. So clean work, chef's kiss, helps you with your timing. Let's move on. Number 2, let's talk about a few things that help save you time with your setup adjustment. So the first thing, your temperature and your humidity control. These should stay the same. If you are lashing in the same space every day or whenever you're doing the service, you know what the humidity needs to be in that room, what the temperature needs to be in that room so that your adhesive can work efficiently. Make sure that you are doing whatever you need to do to keep that consistent. That way you're not having to play around, waste time adjusting the temperature to make sure it reads what's on your hygrometer if you use one. Or if you're like me who has never owned a hygrometer and you just know, oh, it's too hot in here, my glue isn't going to work, or oh, it's too cold in here, my glue isn't going to work. I keep a fan, I keep that nano mister, and I keep a small space heater handy and close because I know, okay, during the wintertime, my room is going to get colder. I need to be able to warm it up a little bit so that humidity is where it needs to be. Or I know during the summertime, it's going to get warmer. So I have my nano mister to keep moisture above my client's eye in the air, and don't go overkill with it. But I also have a fan to help, cool the room down. Whatever it is that you need to do, make sure your temperature and humidity controls are set before your clients get there so that you can work efficiently and work a little faster. If you aren't like me and now have to or still have to travel for work, because I am now a home-based lash artist for the 4th time and I am not leaving ever. Hopefully not ever. I really do like it here this go around. That's not the point. If you have to go somewhere else for work, I would always try to arrive at my suite space 30 minutes before my first client. That gave me enough time. If it's hot in the room, I can adjust the air. It has time to cool off. If there was traffic, I have time to get there and still set up and, make sure that I'm comfortable, decompressed, and ready to roll when she gets there. So that's that on temperature and humidity control. Number 2, adhesive discipline. You have to make sure that you are taking care of your adhesive bottle. That nozzle, get you some lint-free wipes so that every time you dispense glue, you can wipe it off. This keeps you from having to poke new holes in the lid or take the glue top cap off or take the glue dispenser nozzle off and replace it with a new one mid-service. You know that the glue is going to flow how you need it to flow. Also making sure that you are aware of how your adhesive works, meaning if you know that after 15-20 minutes you need to refresh your glue dot, already kind of be in the mode to do that. That way you don't feel like, again, having the same routine will help with this as well. But that way you don't feel like, okay, I'm lashing, it's been 30 minutes, but now my glue ain't working and I'm still trying to make it work. No, you know that your glue only has X amount of minutes before you need to refresh it, so make sure you do that. Here's just some free game on refreshing glue as well. You do not have to refresh your glue dot every 15, 20, 30, however many minutes. You just need to know your adhesive well enough to know when its viscosity is changing. That's the consistency of it. Low viscosity means it runs like water. High viscosity means it pours like molasses. So you want to make sure you know you know what your viscosity is supposed to be like, so that when it starts to change, when it starts to get a little stringy, okay, let me go ahead and toss this. Don't wait to do it, because now you run the risk of stickies and your lash is not lasting after you've applied them, and so now you got to go back and reapply stuff. And then the last thing under the idea of saving time based off of your setup is have your lash towel already ready to go and organized. So don't have lengths mixed up and curls unorganized. Like, let your tray or your towel be organized by, okay, this is this curl and these are the lengths, the order of the lengths that they go in. That way you're not guessing and trying to figure out where to put what at. No, just make it flow, make it easy for you. Let's move on. My 3rd tip is to practice placement and isolation intentionally. You want to start off with some slow drills, especially if you're in the beginning stages and you don't always have a client in your chair. Take time to practice lashing slow on purpose. When you have your mannequin, go ahead and isolate. Do whatever you need to do. If that's making a fan or dipping the fan, if you've already made it, whatever your process is, dipping a classic lash and apply it. And make sure that you are focusing on applying it correctly. Correctly meaning that the base or the bottom of the lash extension and some of the stem, meaning like the long part before you get to the fan or whatever, the slim part, Make sure that that is connected to the natural lash as well. Bases and stems are super important because if either isn't connected, when you brush it, when your client brush it, it's going to come off, and now we have retention problems. So make sure that you are practicing going at a slower speed. That way you can build muscle memory in your hand. You're practicing correct placement. And as you are getting used to this muscle memory and working at a slower pace, then you can start to speed up once it becomes more natural for you to do that. A lot of times, first of all, speed should never be the focus. The time is going to take what the time is going to take until you are faster, and that's just that. Like I shared, I was a great lash artist in the beginning. I was great for a beginner. And I was great for a beginner, and I had clients almost every day, and it still took me about a year to get my feels under 2 hours. And so that's okay. Make sure that you are giving yourself grace and moving at a pace that works for you. But something that will help, like I said, those slow drills. Because what you're doing is you're training your hand, you're training the muscles in your hand to know exactly what to do when they need to do it. And ultimately, it's going to help you go faster. Another thing that you can do is really focus on angle control, making sure that you're picking up lashes in the right way. That way you don't have to toss lashes because you got the bottom of the fan kind of hanging, or you just weren't able to angle it right because of the way that you picked it up, made the fan, or whatever. Practice that so that when you are actually lashing, again, it's second nature, it's muscle memory. And then lastly, an isolation rhythm will really help you. Training your non-dominant hand to isolate while you place lashes with your dominant hand. This exercise is really the same thing as that slow drill that I just recommended, but practicing isolating, holding the tweezer open around the isolated lash for about 10 to 15 seconds, placing that lash and letting it go. That 10 to 15 seconds, again, is training your muscles. It may sound like, it's a waste of time or it's not sexy and exciting, but it's not supposed to be. You are still learning. You are still growing. These are fundamental things that will really help you with your ultimate goal, which is to spend less time on each lash set. These are just a few things that have helped me, and I hope that they'll help you as well if you take the information and you apply it. Do these little practice drills and all of the things, and I hope that you get to see improvement sooner than later with your lash application process. I hope that this video, something was helpful in it, something was encouraging. If so, let me know in the comments that this is helpful, and I will see y'all in the next one.